Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word for FC Sion 0, Everton 0, joined by Andy at El Pavotti Football, or FTBL rather. I mean, we haven't got loads of goals to talk about because there wasn't a single one.
No.
But, you know, it's pre-season. It's, you know, all you can take from it is no injuries and a bit of fitness, isn't it? That's the
it's a plus.
thing.
As long as they're not like at this stage when they come to the end of pre-season. You know, it's the start of pre-season, 2 games in, not much more you can expect. They're just doing it for fitness work at the moment. As I say, they'll step it up as they go through. So, some all right performances as well from certain players. Just,
I think it was definitely obviously a step up from the Kariobangi Sharks game, which was more like an exhibition game, I suppose. We had returning players like Sigurdsson, James Coleman, Bernard, Michael Keane, all back in the action, you know, after being away, obviously on the international duty and stuff. They come to Switzerland and, you know, a lot of them completed the 45 minutes. I think from the overall thing I would take from it, without taking too much, but the overall thing I would take from it was our lack in the final third. We are still lacking in that final third.
Yeah, without Richarlison being in the team, sort of someone who gets in the box naturally, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin's obviously not back as well either yet. You've got Nias, Morelos, you know, and a couple of younger lads who, you know, they went too bad, you know, tried the best in certain points, but yeah, there's not much at the moment. It's hard to, I suppose, we are on a formula, you know, we are a full team. There's still transfers to come in. There's still the best attackers to come back. So I suppose it's just about being patient. I know a lot of the fans weren't happy, and obviously we did have a goal disallowed completely wrongly, but you know.
It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, you went with the first half, obviously, when you've got a squad out there, the way Marco Silva took it out, you're going to get that, you know, the changes at half time and things. So he's gone with, you know, a younger team in the first half. Obviously, Jonas Lersel made his first start. He was in goal. And then we had Kevin Morales at right back. Was an interesting one.
Yeah, I think he whipped one all right ball in, but that was about it, yeah.
You know, we had him at right back. But I'm saying the young team, and I'm just naming the older ones. Yeah. Leighton Baines at left back, but Mason Holgate.
But Baines looked a bit fresh actually.
He looked better than last week. You can see
he's getting a bit fitter. Yeah, he looked over the spring in his step, which was comforting. Yeah, because I'm worried that he's going to lose a step, but he did look all right yesterday.
No, he looked okay. And then obviously Mason Holgate was in there. Michael Keane.
Mason Holgate's looking it's very slight. He looks like he's got no muscle on him whatsoever. For a sense, you know,
I think he looks bigger than last season.
I don't know. I just think he looks small. I don't know what it is. When I looked at him, I thought, you know, but again,
but he might just that. I mean,
it might be his size. Yeah,
that might be. Yeah,
genetics sometimes plays a factor.
If he went to Real Madrid, though, he'd be like that.
Oh yeah, they'd have the doctors looking on those doctors. Yeah,
shots and everything else. Yeah. Midfield obviously was Schneiderlin and Gomez, but then in front of them was obviously Broadhead, Tom Davis, and Joe Williams and Oumar Niasse up top. So I suppose out of the younger ones who started. Probably Nathan Broadhead was the pick.
He made a couple of good touches. That bit when he got into the corner of the box in the half space, you know, took past the man, and then he set it up for Bernard, who should have scored probably. You know, but you know, whatever. But yeah, he was all right. Joe Williams put on like a couple of thunderous tackles. He was all right. And then he got took off because I think he was an injury risk. So he thought, and obviously last year we lost him in pre-season, which ruined his chances at Everton. So that
will have been, I suppose, from his perspective, maybe not the manager's, but from his perspective, that's a frustrating thing. Because he was playing on the right of 3.
Why didn't he just play him at right? Have Tom Davis at right back, play him at 10, and have Morelos up there?
Because he just wasn't really getting into the game.
That's not his role. Yeah, he's someone who breaks up play in midfield, and you know, I would have rather him see him next to Gomez and see how they work. But you know, Gomez looked all right as well. He's shaking off the cobwebs as well. All in weddings he was at. You know, he's some lovely passes. There was one out ball that was fantastic. But yeah. Again, it was just a friendly. You can't read too much into it. In the fact that it is a lot about fitness. As you say, most of the senior players only play 45 minutes. I'm guessing they'll play, you know, 60, so maybe on the weekend, on Friday against Monaco. But it was all right. It was an all right game. There's not really like I could say, you know, that was something that, you know, that we could apply into the season yet. It was just playing out of position. And
it is hard at this stage, isn't it? Because obviously, like you've just said, we're still missing, and we will be missing Garner. Garner's whether they've got through to the final, haven't they? So whether we have him back because he's ours or whether we sell him or whatever.
Well, I think it depends on when he's back on both.
He's not going to play before
No, I think he'll be his first start training round the first game of the season. Yeah.
So we're not going to have him anyway at the minute, it looks like. Richarlison next week, I think he comes back.
Calvert-Lewin will be roughly the same.
Calvert-Lewin's the same. But in the obviously the first half, the pick at the moment in the first half was the goal which you've just mentioned. Ball in by Leighton Baines from a free
Lovely
kick.
Ball, yeah.
Michael Keane, good header. Didn't see anything wrong with it. It goes in the corner.
Touched the grass and the referee blew. Yeah,
that was it. It was a bit of a mad decision.
That was the closest the ref was to the box, because in the second half he was 45 yards away.
I think he got to. And then other than that, we didn't really do it. We passed it round. We dominated the possession. We never looked in any danger.
There was a chance for Nias, wasn't in the box, where I can't remember.
That was just the start of the second
half.
Sorry.
He glazed it over. I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, when you look at Nias, he never seems to place the ball. It always seems to be on the top of the net. So, he's always putting his foot through it. And again, you need a bit of touch there, don't you? You put it over the bar, but yeah. There was a couple of chances. We had a couple of chances as well. So the chance.
Well, there was one in the first half that when you were talking about Andre Gomes that I wanted to just pick up on when he get the ball and in our half and he goes lovely little double touch and just left the lad behind and then Nias makes a good run to be fair and Andre's pass is just a little bit heavy. Yeah. But in that little snapshot there, that was what Gomes can bring to us.
That's what we need. That's what we need to see more this season. Yeah, that link-up play where he can drive us forward and basically break the lines as well, because he's a unit as well. So he's got pace. So if he's run with the ball, defenders start backing off and panicking, and opens up space for your Richarlisons, your Bernards, and other players. And that's what we need. If it's too static from the midfield, where they're sitting in and stuff like that, you require Gylfi Sigurdsson, who's not the most dynamic of players, to create his own space, which he's not great at. And you saw yesterday that was in the second half where Gylfi got a bit of space. That's when he sort of nearly scored. He's got this weird technique where he seems to loft the ball. There seems to be no pace on it. It just drops. It's fantastic.
It is amazing how he does it.
Yeah.
But that was what I was looking at with Gomes, and I was thinking that's key, because that was the Gomes at Valencia. Yeah. That was what he was very good at, driving forward with his pace, with using his body, going by players into the box.
That's right, yeah.
Committing defenders. And I don't think we've seen enough of that last season.
Seen a couple of games, yeah.
There was flashes, wasn't there? Wolves.
Yeah. Don't worry, crossed it for Charleston as well. I can't remember which game.
Newcastle away had an assist. And there was another one where he went on a brilliant run at home. And I think...
There's that poor game, just destroyed them, yeah.
We need a little bit more of that from him. And I think if he can bring that side of his game out, then he will go up another level. And I think
if you look at Ghana in the second half of the season, if Marcus Silva can have a similar effect on, actually it's not the same thing, because Ghana's never been that type of player, but if we can instill a confidence in Andre Gomes to get back to that, then that's £22 million a snip. And that's, my only ever worry with Andre Gomes is whether he's going to play within himself or, express himself really. If he expresses himself, he's a match winner on his day. Like, he can do that where he breaks down a team in one movement. We need more of that, because I love other thoughts about the Chelsea. If the midfield is going to be garnering, Gay and Gomes, there needs to be an improvement. They were good last season, but there needs to be another level, because if we're going to get to top six, they need to add a bit more creativity. Yeah. There needs to be more from them, really.
Definitely. Got through half time. It was 0-0. Obviously made some changes. Sigurdsson, which you just spoke about, came on. Bernard came on. Lewis Gibson come on. When we started trying to get our foot on the ball a little bit more, and we still dominated the game. Again, they, considering that I think their season starts next week.
It does, yeah.
So considering they're a week away, I know, listen, quality levels and everything else, but Everton were in total control of the game. They kept them at arm's length.
They had one shot, I think, went wide the Lascelles post, wasn't much, yeah.
And in the second, obviously Jordan Pickford came on at half time as well. And I thought in the second half, Everton forced it a bit more. We opened them up a little bit more. Obviously Gylfi, like you've just said, had that great one where he just shifts it onto his left foot.
Yeah.
I was the same as you. He hit it and I was thinking, start, and then the next minute it's dipped and hit the bar,
Yeah, it's like the goal he scored against last season. He hit it hard, but then it just seems to just fade down. You think, whoa, where's that going?
Superb. And he also hit the post as well.
That was a lovely shot as well. That was right round the corner, yeah. He takes a shot early, which I like sometimes, because he doesn't give the goalkeeper a chance to set himself. But again, that's all we had, really. It was him having that speculative shot. There wasn't really much in terms of...
The only other one was the Bernard one, wasn't it? Like you said, where...
He should have put his foot through it instead of trying to place
it.
Good save by the keeper, don't be wrong, but...
Broadhead done really well, pulled it down, great first touch, lovely little step over it, got his head up, which is good, had the look, pulls it back, and Bernard's got to hit through it. He's trying to be too precise almost, but he hits it straight down the middle, and the keeper makes a good save with his feet, but... That was the only thing, without taking anything away from. I mean, we could have had a couple of penalties as well.
Yeah, the handballs at the end, yeah.
But without, getting worked up over a friendly, which you can't. There's no point.
As long as they're not getting injuries and they're getting fit, if they were getting battered 6-0, then yeah, all right, fair enough. It's still a friendly, but you'd be going, why we can see them goals or whatever to Sion. But Sion are not a great side. They've got the budget's very small. The best player wasn't playing yesterday, Bastian Zoma. So it's
got Song as well, haven't he?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, and they got Barami.
He left his foot in a couple of times. It's not
typical player, and he
hasn't changed.
Yeah.
But I suppose in the second half, I think Luca Dean came on at half time and it was his first action. And I thought he got up and down quite well. You could see he wasn't sharp and some of his passing wasn't perfect, but the pitch wasn't great as well. I think I heard Gylfi Sigurdsson's into after it and he said the pitch was quite dry.
Looked heavy, yeah.
Trying to play the ball, so you can't fizz the ball about a little bit, and obviously it was hot, wasn't it? But I suppose the only thing for me, like you say, negative, if it's a negative or if you're looking at it and trying to assess it, would be we have to sharpen up in our final third. And you just look at, with no Richarlison and no Dominic Calvert-Lewin, obviously no Cenk Tosun because he's injured as well.
Not much after that, is there?
Nothing after that, and that is the worry. And we know the club are trying to bring in a centre forward, and we know the club are trying to bring in a left-footed winger as well, right winger. And I think that can't come quick enough. Really, it looks like Ademola Lookman.
He's off, isn't he? I think they didn't risk him for the injury anyway.
Well, that was it, isn't it? And the minute then the price meets what Everton's valuation is, which is allegedly around 25 million for him, then he'll go. Yeah, and we know that. So that's why. We've got to get that winger and that striker in as soon as possible. We want them better.
Walcott?
I don't know with Walcott. Yes. I don't know because he played last week, didn't he? Yeah,
because he's the type of player who's we could have done with yesterday, but the pace behind.
Yeah, it was strange that he wasn't.
Was he putting Nias and Morales in the shop window? Or was he just short and he needed players? Because you don't really want the round the squad to leave him, but it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what I would say about Morales, and we'll pat him on the back and say thank you when he goes and be quite happy about it. What I would say was, though, he had a go in the fair. He got the ball. He tried to take people on.
Same as he always is, really. He can have games.
He's actually bossing pre-season.
He can have games. He can have really good games for Everton. It's not often enough, really. And obviously, you don't want to round the team after some of the reports of what's happened. But yeah, we do need a bit of strength and depth. That is evidence, especially in those forward days.
Are you worried? I mean, a few people. Matt. I'm going to say you'll know Matt. Yeah. Matt is of nervous disposition.
I understand why they are, and Oliver as well, who speaks to me. They get worried. Let's get late in the window. We've obviously got to try and get players. It is still 3.5 weeks away. That's if we start getting the players in, I think obviously the Zuma one is a wait and see because I guess the club can't wait forever. So we might see a change in tact, or you may see rumours pop up that we're looking for different players to force Chelsea's hands. Because we were rumoured to be was it here to Berlin's training ground watching players, or I don't know if that's true or not. Because the 3 players they mentioned, only one of them is realistic, to be honest with you. But yeah, because we're not looking for a left back for 20 million. And Davy Selke, he's not scoring 10 goals in the Premiership as far as I'm concerned. So. And Rekik's a good player. He's left-footed centre-back. So, I think if you're worried, yes, you probably, as an Evertonian, if I was going to put my fan ass on, I'd always be worried. But under Marcel Brands, I'm just not anymore.
No, I'm the shit. I mean, you want it done quickly. I'd love nothing better than to be sat here with you now going, wasn't it brilliant the way Malcolm went past those players?
Because I want them in pre-season so they can develop understandings.
But ultimately, it only matters when the window shuts.
Man United have signed two players, one player, so waiting for Maguire. Yeah. So the teams ahead of us haven't signed a lot of players. The market's been quite slow. It seems to be waiting for the big deals to get done, and then the money will start flowing around Europe. So yeah, I'm not. If everyone had signed everyone, and we were the last club to sign everyone, then you may be worried. But it's just the market this year. Everyone seems to be waiting each other out.
It's weird, isn't it? And me and Ped done this on the transfer show last week. We were just saying about trends in the transfer market, but are we seeing a situation now where clubs are having to go, we've got to shift a few players here rather than just willy-nilly bouncing out, grabbing players? There seems to be a real need for a lot of clubs, even the big clubs, to get people out the door.
I think that the loan rules are changing, aren't they, as well, so you can't carry as many players. So once the loan rules change, you can't carry like 10, 15 players you want to send out on loan. So they need to, again, so you can't have those just players sitting on money, around the club. So that'll all have to change. But yeah, a lot of teams are waiting for players to go. Man United don't know what's going to happen with Pogba. Arsenal, whether they've got money or they don't have money, they want to get rid of Ozil. So they're trying to get these players off the books. But
and we're no different, are we? We're trying to, obviously, you've seen stories of Bezic over the weekend going
Fulham,
the door and people, Anthony
I think
Robinson.
we'll get Anthony Robinson will probably go, but I think we'll get a few of them off the books. Obviously, certain players like Balassi is going to be back from African Cup of Nations duties isn't he soon, but them type of players, it'd be wise if you're a buying club to wait to the end of the window because the price will lower. Everton's hand is tied, then it's easy to get a better loan deal. So that's what generally. So I wouldn't worry if Balassi's still sitting at Everton on the last day. He'll probably go by the 5 o'clock, whatever the time the transfer window ends. That's the nature of the game.
We just got to, suppose, leave it up to Marco and Marcel to do their stuff.
They've got it all in hand. I don't think for 1 second they're like, oh, Kurt Zouma, that's the only time. They've got a list of targets. They've spoke to agents. They'll have sounded them out. It'll all be in hand. It's just whether teams are ready to sell, because some teams will go, well, we need to find someone to replace them. So then you're waiting on that, and that can be the game, really.
It's frustrating as a fan, isn't it? Because nothing ever, let's be honest, never happens quick enough for us as fans, does it?
No, ideal by the 1st of July, we'll be sitting there, all the players are in, ready to start pre-season. But how often's that happened? I don't think it's ever happened. To be fair,
no, never. So 0-0, we move on.
So yeah, Sion, Monaco, be some nice players to watch for Monaco. Yeah, be a good, decent little game to watch. Use it off there.
Yeah, they'll be. Yeah,
come and give them a hug on the sideline.
On a coach, nice journey on a coach. Be great. Let's hope we see some goals from Everton.
Yeah, you probably will. I think more of the first team will play. I guess they'll probably start the game, and then they'll probably. And
it'll probably be again. It's another 4 days away.
The levels
will be up a little bit more.
I'm not too sure if he's running double sessions, because last year he was running sessions in the morning and then playing in the
afternoon. I know they've done 3 sessions on a couple of days, but on so on Saturday they just done 1 session.
Right, so they are using the games as fitness then, So there you go. Then he's obviously not trying to burn them, burn them out too much. So hopefully by the season rolls around, they'll all be fit and ready to go. Got no doubt.
There you go, 0-0. Not many moments of action for us to chew over. Obviously, the Blues back in action on Friday against Monaco. What did you take from it? Did you take anything from it? Did you ever take anything from pre-season? Did you ever get excited or terrified by what you see in pre-season, or is it just a case of it's a fitness exercise? No, I've seen a lot of people not bothered by it and going, yeah, it's fitness, who cares? But I've seen some people who are very concerned with Everton's lack of transfer activity. Let us know what you think in the comments. Big thanks to Andy, and hopefully the next final word we'll be talking about a win and some goals. Thanks for watching. See you later.